Hello, everyone. We're here for the first ever arena tournament under this particular rule set, a bit of an experimental one with bands with unique picks. I'm here joined by Twin A, who's a lot more familiar with the game than I am, and we're about to see a bit of a familiar matchup for those who are watchers of SUPERVIVE Arena.
Dude, I am really excited for this. And I apologize, my audio cut out there, so I missed that last little segment. But you said we're about to catch a little bit of a what?
A little bit of familiar faces for
Oh,
those
familiar.
for those who
I
have watched SUPERVIVE Arena.
I apologize that I messed that a little bit up there because that really was a solid intro on your part. The first match that we're going to be showcasing does feature a combination of the teams that took first and second of the last arena tournament. Looks like you closed your Discord stream, just a heads up. There we go. It is a combination of Team Pineapple and the Last Door, with possibly the captains of each team, the All-Stars. We have Emperor and Schreikel Jordan, aka Pine, coming from Team Pineapple. Emperor, as we discussed, is an arena purist. Really good at arenas. Took first over the Last Door with Schreikel Jordan. Pine, and then representing Team TLD of this fusion dance, we have Abador and Lemur. Lemur needing no introduction, one of the top streamers, one of the top players, and is currently in a really good position to be the first solo to Grandmaster or solo to Legend player. And Abador, who they got the team namesake from, he's a staple on the team, very solid player, great decision maker, great under pressure, and is just as likely to win a 1v4 as he is to lose it. Just absolutely stellar player.
Yeah, and the draft picks have come in, unfortunately, for this first one. We don't quite yet have a fancy tool that will display all of them on the screen. But Inters United, they picked up Shiv, Ghost, Void, and Kingpin, while on the other hand, Pineapple Door have picked up Zeph, Oath, Myth, and Celeste. So what does that speak to you?
So you said Zeph, Oath, who and Celeste?
Myth and Celeste.
Myth and Celeste. That is a really good team. So Zeph and Oath, two of the staple picks of the winning teams. Myth, who is, for those who are familiar with League, basically the strongest ADC in this game right now. Just really good choice. And then Celeste, who is a controller, great CC, has her invincibility ult that, like she says, clears the stage, makes everybody have to move or react or make presence in some way to dance around it. That is a really strong team and strong choice of a team.
Oh, wait,
I'm
did I
very
mess something
curious.
up?
No, it'll drop leader. Oh no, did you not pick arena?
Oh,
okay.
Oh, no.
If not, I know how to fix it. I didn't think to go over this first, but looks like this one might have to be everybody jumps off into the abyss. Yeah, it's a battle royale map.
Oh.
Yep. Okay, so here's what you have to do. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to remake the lobby, but I have the solution for this, thankfully. Don't forget to, I don't know if you can party chat in here, but we'll just let them know when they get a chance, just glide off into the sunset. You are going to have to do something very fast once this lobby ends. You could probably even leave the lobby. That might work too. Okay, it won't let you. All right.
Well,
once people drop.
that's on me.
Oh, they're just choosing to fight it out. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, it looks like they're dropping. That's on me. I thought the setting was ticked. I forgot.
It is. But so here's how we fix it. You're gonna have to leave. It's a bug in SUPERVIVE. Remind everybody we're in beta. So did everybody? Is it over? They won, right?
So what do I have to do real quick?
So you have to leave this. They'll have to jump off the edge too, I think. Unfortunately, it looks like they're not letting you. So have TPD jump off the edge. And here's how we fix it.
Yep. Oh, I can leave
Oh, now you
match.
can leave
Oh,
match. Okay.
okay.
So leave match, leave this.
Okay.
completely leave it. Queue up for an arena.
Oh, queue up?
And here, yep. And here's what you're going to do before you click queue.
Okay. Oh, wait, I can't queue up for... Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, this is a bit
I
of
might have to be the one that hosts this then.
Yeah.
Okay, I will make this work.
Well, you might have to be the one Discord streaming.
Yep, that is fine. I will make it work. Okay, so let me play around with something real quick. Sorry for the technical difficulties, chat. We're going to make this work.
Yep, that one is on me. But I can...
So,
yeah.
I'll do that in a second, but hopefully I don't get into a match. Okay, so... Okay. No logic, you can't join. Okay, so yeah, here's what you have to do. You'd normally have to queue up in an arena and then immediately cancel the queue because your customs takes you into whatever the last there we go. Whatever the last thing you queued up into, which is defaulted as Battle Royale if you've never done it.
Oh, I see. That's a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
Should be a pretty simple swap on my end, though. I'm already ready.
Okay. So...
Just gotta rearrange.
What were they set up as on the team names?
It was INT
TPD and
TPD,
INT?
yeah.
Okay. Options, team count 2, team size 4, no duplicates, no storm shift. Okay, so we should be set up. I just need to turn on my audio. There you go. And you said you're all set up on your end?
Yep, I am indeed.
Hopefully it's not lagging or anything on your end.
Yeah, it's looking pretty high quality.
Okay. Trying our best. Yeah, chat, this was kind of thrown together last second, but still shout outs to everybody who put this together. Shout outs to Bestie and Slot. Shout outs to Saya. Is it Saya or Saya?
It's Saya.
Saya, okay.
Yep, and sorry for making you do the observing out of nowhere. That's a little unfortunate.
I will make it work. I can make this work. Said I'm just here. You escaped. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. Says we were game mode arena. I queued up. Okay.
It looks like some other
Ego
matches.
is striker. Okay, so I'm in spectator, which is important to check.
Choose wisely.
All right, it also looks like a few other matches have finished, so thankfully the format is running as intended.
Which is good. I do like this format. It's very quick. We're not kidnapping people for too long. We're still offering a tournament feature. It is Swiss brackets. And so Swiss brackets, for those who don't know, is the better you perform in your matches, the higher caliber opponent you face next. Whereas round robin, you play everybody. Swiss is you only play, like, if you lose, you play somebody else who lost. If you win, you play somebody else who won, so on and so forth, until we get a good seeding of who is the best in this group, who's the worst in this group. Top 2 move on of the 2 groups, or top 4?
Oh, so it's one big group and top half moves on.
Oh.
So everyone with a winning
one
record.
big, okay.
Yeah, out of the 3
Okay.
rounds, everyone who wins at least 2 games.
Okay.
Right. Looks like we're heading in.
So it'll take a second for the map to move on over. And yeah, it looks like we have Kingpin, Shiv, Void, and Ghost. So this is going to be very interesting. We have to wait for it to start on the first match before it'll let us actually catch up. There we go. I like this group now. Normally when...
Oh, no.
My screen froze up. There we go. Normally when we do get something like this set up, what they're looking for is that KP hook. He pulls him right away, but unfortunately he gets the Celeste, who is not who you want to hook because she can just immediately ulti as an answer. And just like that, INT is deleted down to 1. Wow, I know you're the play-by-play guy. I couldn't help myself because that just happened in the blink of an eye. That was so fast.
Yeah, that might have been the fastest round I've ever seen. Not something you see every day, right? And well, we'll really have to hope that INT can back off, make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen again. But the focus damage is coming in. Dealer going down, Emperor traded, but it is once again a dominant performance so far from the Pineapple Door as they finish off the second round.
So I still didn't get a chance to talk about what happened in the first round. When you're a kingpin and you're looking for that hook, there are very few hunters you hope not to pull. And one of them is Celeste. And not only was it a Celeste, it is the premier Celeste of Ryan Lemur. And everything is just going right now. I'm kind of worried. ThinkQ looks like they're a little out of position, a little too far forward, while the rest of the team is playing back. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, it's looking a little dangerous here. And once again, it is the Pineapple Door focusing down. ThinkQ, like you said, the only one left is Mint, who does get focused down. And that's the third round going on over to the dominant team of the Pineapple Door.
What's sad, too, is that Dealer's Void got an ult. And normally that is a death sentence. But nobody could follow up because they were just getting slaughtered and they couldn't take advantage of actually a quality ult. And so I forget who got caught, but they were able to escape that almost unhurt, unfazed. It just shows, like, look at the positioning. Emperor going around trying to find a sneaky ult. Eagle and Striker doing massive damage on, Pine doing massive damage with that Zeph ult. And just like we talked about, look, Mint tried to get something going and just immediately got answered with Celeste ult that pushed them out so they couldn't follow up, and Shiv had to back out despite ulting herself.
Yeah, and this round is looking over as well. And once again, Pineapple Door, just such good target focus, right? It feels like the damage coming out from Int is just a little bit too spread. They're not really focusing down anyone, not getting a crucial knock to try and create an advantage. There's not able to avoid being pinned down here. And ThinkQ getting caught early. The stun comes in as well. And
Zeph grenade! Look at that. Sorry, I was going to point out, if you notice, the Pineapple Door likes to split up as like a 2-and-2 situation to control the space. And right there, once one of the two got a good opening, everybody just collapsed. And once again, good Voida or Void ult, unable to be capitalized on because Pineapple Door just made quick work of this lobby.
Yeah, it was a dominant performance here from the Pineapple Door. And like you said, the 2-on-2, they just focused two members so quickly. It was just, they saw the opening and bam, the round was over.
I don't know if it's frozen or I'm waiting for it to go back to lobby. Kind of weird. I haven't actually seen this where it's like stuck in the thing, but I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll figure it out here in a second. I'm sure, because that's done. 5-0. GG, WP. Good luck with next. And yep, looks like we're getting the GGs in chat. That was fast. Okay, let me know who you would like me to invite, and I can send them a DM, because I don't know if I'm friends with too many of the competitors.
Yep. Oh, it looks like there's one match remaining in the round, and it has just started. It is Gab versus Running It Down, and we just have to wait on that one to end.
Okay. Well, if it's just starting, that's fine. But we can also talk about it in the meantime. So let's see who's on each team as I pull up the bracket. And again, I apologize. I don't know why my camera is freezing or buggy like it is.
I think it's just because too many resources, right? You're streaming, you're also Discord streaming.
And now, yeah.
Well, I might just have to take a screenshot of you and put that up as your camera so you could save those resources at the very least.
Oh, wait. I got it.
Okay, you have a picture?
Nope, but you can screenshot here in a second.
I gotta wait for it to stop freezing first. Just waiting patiently. Um, wow, it's really not updating.
Wow, you're right. That is tragic. Well, it'll get to something, and then I'll let you run with that. Dang.
We'll reach the
I
frame.
almost wonder if I should just hang out. Yeah, it is very much on the frozen side. But while it's waiting to catch up to that, I am trying to pull up the bracket right now. Events. Brackets. So you said we have Gap, who I'm sure it's the same team that we always see. Of Nidhogg, Ryan, Kenneth, and then who's their fourth player? Oh, it's Height. Can't believe. So Kenneth, usually a top tier support, has been playing a lot of Aluna recently, so I'm guessing has Aluna in the back pocket in case his Zeph gets taken. Nidhogg could play any hunter in the game at the highest level. Ryan has a really good ghost, has a really good myth, is just a really solid player overall. Height is most known for his brawl, so I 100% expect brawl to either be counterpicked or banned if you're going up against Height. I'm not really sure who else Height has at the moment. Did we pick a good moment? I can also try to hang up and go back in the call. I'm going to try that real quick.
Yeah, we can definitely
Don't
try
know if
that.
there's a settings option. No.
Well,
I don't have the password
ooh,
again, so I need to go back. I can go back and get it real quick. Where was it? There you are. Yeah, while we're waiting, and sorry for everybody on Bestie and Slot, which is still such a great name. Oh man, that was. I'm assuming you got that because of like your ARPGs, your Best in Slot, your BIS items.
yeah. Basically, Omega Strikers, the video game, made a rework where basically you do like a roguelike draft in between each round. So the term BIS does apply quite a bit. Jury's on whether that change was good or not, but
I saw the. Oh, sorry. For a brief moment, it had the frame that I was hoping for, but I'm thinking that we just won't be able to have an image, so I can see if I have something I can just send you real quick.
I got a frame.
Okay.
Yeah, might not.
If you have
be,
a frame, then I'm just
yeah,
gonna close that.
might not be the greatest, but I think it's good enough.
You know what? We'll take good enough some days. But yeah, so it looks like off screen we have Gap going up against Running It Down, who is Rich, Lods, Areg, and Big Daddy. Lods I recognize, but just from Discord, I haven't seen any of these four play. If I was a gambling man, I would put my money on Gap, who placed, I want to say, third in the last arena tournament. So very, very strong team. They've been a relatively consistent team for a while now. And just at a brief glance at all the teams in here, I would put my money on them at least making top two, barring something crazy doesn't happen in bracket. Like they are a clear second place favorite, if not a good contender for first. But at the very least, I'd say top two right there. Other teams that I would pay attention to for chat, for anybody who's looking at the brackets. Nutty, does Nutty have a team swap? I just realized like it's not the usual Team Nutty that I would expect with Krillo on there. We've got Miles, Clap, Unseen Jaguar, and now this is Pod Racing. Pod Racing, very, very, very good player, has been putting in work on Oath recently, who they said they weren't very familiar with prior, but has tried to do their solo legend climb with Oath, mostly it looks like. Unseen Jaguar, solid player, needs no introduction for those who have or are familiar with the competitive SUPERVIVE community. Miles, Clap. Clap I recognize as being very good. Miles I'm not super familiar with. No disrespect to them. But yeah, trying to look at everybody else who's in here for like the who to look out for. And yeah, it looks like Nutty did take it over the Fighting Lettuce.
Well, round 2 is ready. Round 2 is ready for a match to be picked. You want to see Nutty versus the winners bracket Wallies?
You know what? Let's do it. Let's see who is. I just need the Discord of one of them to send it over.
Retry is the captain of the winners bracket Wallies.
Oh, really? Retries. Then absolutely, let's get them on stream. So Retry has been helping behind the scenes with setting up for the tournament. I'm going to just DM them real quick if you could let them know.
Yep. They should be ready. They've checked in and everything. So
okay, I just sent them the game code as a DM on Discord.
Right.
Miles is hey, Trifox. Like, Trifox, hi, friend. Miles is a great ghost. Trifox, hey, I'm sorry about that game yesterday. I just got off the mountain snowboarding. First match excuses. I just didn't play well. You're all amazing. I did not play well, so I'm sorry I let you down there. You're so good.
All right, so Retry is yelling at me to stream I instead because it is Pineapple Door versus Gap.
Oh yeah, that's actually really. Is it Pineapple Door versus Gap next? That is the game that we want to.
That is the game.
That's the match we watch.
Well, it looks like we're getting that one. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, I should have looked at the bracket on that one. That's my mistake. But stream set one, not your game. GG's. Yeah, try Fox. You're great. I'll make it up to you next time. I promise. Yeah. I like to take the time while like setups are going on to acknowledge chat. Thank him for being here because this part is probably not making YouTube. But this. So chat, this very well could be your grand finals or depending on seeding. Like these two teams are highly likely to make it to the final bracket. They were the combined top 3 of the last arena tournament. They are usually like the top placers of any given scrim day with Battle Royale. They are phenomenal players.
Yeah. Even I like as someone who has not followed nearly as much, I do recognize the teams. And these two are the ones I recognize the most. So that definitely should say something about about how good these two teams are.
It's true. In Europe, you have Bomba, TTV, like the recognizable, almost household SUPERVIVE names, and here you have the last story of Gap, and of course you have Pineapple, who needs no introduction. Shrekel Jordan, if nothing else, famous for spamming one particular Shrike emote. How do you guys want to do coin flip? I like it. So it looks like we still have to go down the list of picks, bans, and everything like that. Wait, is Bomba playing? No, sorry, Jack Lacken. I was just referencing household names. Like in Europe, you have those as household names. Here in NA, you have these household names. And I don't know if you caught it earlier, but Jack Lacken said that they're free if somebody drops out and needs a +1. They can jump in. And if you don't know Jack Lacken, I can 100,000 billion% vouch for them.
Well, it looks like they're getting on with the coin flip here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because these two teams facing off does mean that one of them is going to be with one loss, right? That's a little scary heading into the bracket. That's going to lead to a very, very scary matchup in the third round where one of the 1-1 teams is going to have to face one of these two teams.
Yeah, and it's one of those with the Swiss bracket, it is inevitable. You have to go into this tournament understanding that even though it's the early stages and you hope to do as well as possible, you are going to run into tough teams. You're probably going to run into multiple very tough top seeded teams. And this is the chance for you to hopefully do well enough that even if you lose, you could figure out what you did wrong. Maybe have a different hunter pick going into the next round, bans going into the next round against them. If you do get the run back, you have a plan set for just in case this happens.
Yep. I'm interested to see what the draft looks like, because both these teams took their previous games in pretty dominant fashion. I believe 5-1 in the case of Gap, and of course we saw the Pineapple Door take it 5-0. So I wonder how they're going to navigate this one.
That was actually insane how fast the Gap game went, because we were just beginning to talk about it, get a few things set up, and you said, oh, it's over, on to the next. And here's your fun fact about the last arena tournament, which again, different format, but arena all the same. The last door didn't drop a single game until grand finals. And when they dropped that, or no, I'm sorry, winners finals, but they dropped the one game to Pineapple. And then in grand finals, each set went the distance. Last game of both tied 4-4. So if history tends to repeat itself, I would expect TPD to sweep everybody, Gap included, without even dropping a game. Now, they're human. They're not machines. Gap is a really strong dominant force. If anybody can stop them and prove that TPD bleeds, it will have to be Gap.
Yeah, I'll narrate the draft for you. You can also probably click onto the match and see the draft they're doing in this RGG chat. So the first ban coming out from the Pineapple Door is Oath. You mentioned earlier that that was one of the most likely bans coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see. I'm looking. There we go. I would not be surprised to see Oath and Brawl banned quite a bit. I'm trying to see where the. Unless I clicked on the wrong thing, I'm not sure where you see the chat. Unless I think I clicked on the wrong thing, and that's why.
I'll try to link you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I'm in the chat now.
Oh,
I gotcha.
You can see. You can see the next.
Oh,
ban.
so Oath. Yeah, I gotcha. Oath and Zeph have been banned, and Pineapple has taken Brawl away from Height. So it looks like Gap has taken Shiv and Myth. Shiv is, of course, who Abador was using last game. That's a great takeaway. I would expect to see Myth going on to, I don't know if Height has a Myth, but King Nidhogg has arguably the best Myth NA, at the very worst, second best Myth. Very, very good. Let's see. Right now, team Pineapple Door, or the Pineapple Door, is mulling over their second and third picks. Locking in Brawl is very, very strong. He's been nerfed, and he's been nerfed again, and he is still just a dominant hunter, and just a steal from Pineapple Door.
Yeah, well, especially when you watch I think I remember Nidhogg playing Brawl in a certain stream that I clicked onto late at night when I was working on other stuff, and it was just flying across the screen with Brawl, and that was kind of wild to watch.
So, they did it. I was wondering if Abador was going to go down the ghost angle. Abba has, in my opinion, the best ghost in the game. He definitely was like one of the pioneers of the modern day ghost kind of play style. And they also took Felix. Now, the big takeaway from stealing Felix from Gap is that Felix is in arena a solid Brawl counter, because Felix provides anti-heal, and Brawl, to stay in the fight, has to rely on his lifesteal that he gets from his attacks. So without Felix to counter Brawl, this is going to make, I'm assuming, Lemur's Brawl that much more terrifying for Gap to go against. It is a stellar choice from them. And I think I'm going to open up like a separate text thing so I can type out on, or show on stream, who's picking what. And Pineapple, being no stranger to chirping, we'll call it, like Canadian hockey, they're chirping, uh, just already in the ears of Gap telling them, TikTok, you're up, you're up. But Gap, Nidhogg, they're all very, very solid players, and one of the few teams I feel like can truly separate like emotions from gameplay. They focus on the logical aspect of it. What do we need to do? What's going wrong? And it looks like they've picked KP and Hudson. So they've locked in that Kingpin one pick, and that's basically the round if it's a good pick. Hudson, good at keeping people out. And Pineapple, the Shrikeable Jordan, has locked in Shrike, who is an immediate answer to Hudson. Hudson being a very immobile, lockdown character. Shrike, who feeds off of those who can't move too well. And it is in the hands of the best Shrike in the game. Absolutely insane.
Looks like we're right to head in now, and this is gonna be a very, very interesting match. My eyes are gonna be on that Kingpin because I've heard the discourse. I'm ready for one hook to change the entire game.
Yeah. So you're absolutely correct there. One hook is the difference maker right here. That's why Kingpin can be so solid. The problem being is if you miss that hook, Kingpin needs that second to almost catch his breath, let the cooldown drop. Now he still has a great dash dunk, which is a great stun. He can obviously do his slam into his ult. But if he can't get there because he needs to move in for his shotgun, not a shotgun, we're calling it a shotgun, to do work, he has to get close and he has to face check a couple hits usually in order to do that without his hook. Like, can he work without the pull? Yes. Is it difficult? Yes. So I'm very excited to see how Gap does this. I'm wondering who's on who. We knew the exact layout of TPD, but it looks like Height is on Shiv, and I think I missed everybody else. So we have Height on Shiv, Kenneth on the Kingpin, King Nidhogg on Myth, like we called, and Ryan on Hudsy Bogues. This is exciting. It could be a grand finals matchup here in the second round of Swiss brackets. Actually crazy.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit scary here as Lemur deciding to go in immediately. Nidhogg brought incredibly low here, and Nidhogg is bursted down, and it is looking like the Pineapple Door a huge advantage here with those early two picks.
So Abador just absolutely stellar, hit his ion cannon, the Shiv Height got away. And it just wasn't enough because Abador has such good range and is such a crack shot. Now ran a very immobile Hunter in a 4v1. That was going to be rough for them every way you look at it. You're right. They poked, they prodded, they waited, and then once Lemur saw his window, he dove in and just absolutely shredded two of Gap's team.
Right, we'll see if this round goes differently here. And wow, okay, it's completely different. Kenneth going in, 2 kills immediately, but it's a trade. It's 3v3 now.
So I almost kind of wonder if that had to do with, Lemur actually trying to get the res off, and he might be able to do it if Abba can get away, gets the res off. And I was going to say, I almost wonder if it's because Lemur just kind of jumped the gun on going in early and not really waiting for their setup like before, but now we have the 3v3 and they're getting a res off.
Wow, okay. The Pineapple Door getting those reses, creating such a massive player advantage here. And wow, they get the reses they need and are about to clean up the round.
Round concluded.
a turnaround. So in Arena, it's very difficult if somebody makes the call early on to go get a res to notice it. And even if you do, a wall is usually established to allow your teammates to get up. And that's where most teams usually call, let's take the base camp. Let's take a step back. The difference being, though, Gap only had 3 people up. They needed to make the move. I don't know if there was miscommunication, different plans, people weren't in position. But what a great turnaround by the Pineapple Door.
Yeah, and right now, this time Lemur potentially caught out here, trying to heal, and does manage to escape. Okay, that is huge. Lemur healing all the way back up, but a massive hook coming out, and that's an immediate kill coming for Gap. And now Gap are looking to try and clean up Lemur as well. Nidhogg looking for the snipes, unable to close the kill as well, though, and Lemur's going right back in for the picks. But Nidhogg's isolated, still manages to jump out and survive, and Gap, they weathered the storm, they survived the round.
So I'm not going to say it's over until it's over, but this is looking pretty over. Nidhogg managed to utilize Myth's mobility of being able to dash through stuff. And it's a 1v1. We got Shrike Jordan versus Height.
Oh!
Oh!
Shrike,
a snipe!
Shrike Jordan is right.
Shrike Jordan showing why he's the best sniper in the business. That... I know I said Gap is good at not getting demoralized, but that has got to be demoralizing, and Shrike Jordan is actually caught out.
Still managed to survive, though. Buy some space. Gets the heal off out of the action, and it is Lemur rushing in. Height isolated, taken out, and already it's only Kenneth left. It's looking dominant in the favor of the Pineapple Door as they advance the 4-0 lead.
That was dominant because that was impressive because while Shrike Jordan was caught out, Lemur just went and eliminated 2 of Gap's players. They couldn't collapse, they couldn't close. We didn't see, unfortunately, what happened there, but it was more of we eliminate you before you can eliminate us. Height going in, doing some damage, using his Blink Dagger to get out. Lemur doing a stun, and Abador knowing the spot and laying down his little mini nuke right on top of them with his ult. Good job to Height being able to drop Emperor there, but this is going to be tough because Rin is low, now down. It's just Height versus 3, about to be 4. That is all she wrote. GG to the Pineapple Door.
What a performance. What a clutch round. You were talking about Shrike Jordan, and you were absolutely right as... there was almost a round where Gap could close it out, but even in the 1v2, the Pineapple Door got it done.
I'm going to find that clip. I'm going to put it on TikTok, and all the people that used to spam nerf Shrike, ban Shrike are going to have a field day with that. But we need to call it what it is. That was just brilliant outplay on the part of Shrike Jordan. Actually insane. Shrike is not meant to be able to come back from a 1v2, 1v3 like that. Just masterclass of using your corners, hiding, landing your shots, and having a beautiful read with that final snipe. And not only that, but flicking the shot so it looked like, okay, we're shooting up here, last moment, making the read, going down, hitting Height, hitting the Shiv, and just proving, again, I'm going to take this... line from Jackalack, proving why he's the GOAT, why he's the best in the business. Stellar play from everybody on that team. Gap did very well. They pushed hard, they fought hard, but there were just so many openings, and I wonder if that started with giving Lemur Brawl, because Lemur's Brawl just looked nigh unstoppable that entire time. Do we have another match lined up?
No, we'll have to wait for this round to finish, but another team that has finished their match is first eliminated. They're not going to be first eliminated. They're actually the first ones into the bracket as they advance to 2-0 over Hype Squad Gamers.
Crazy. Now, Hype Squad Gamers got mentioned in chat as somebody you don't sleep on. I didn't see who was in there, but I'm going to take a quick look now. Mushkip. Mushkip's a really solid player. D-Ball, I meant to point him out earlier. D-Ball is a terror of arenas, and I know that they just lost this, but I remember teaming with him once, just by chance. He was on some 37 win streak, and running into him again later in the day, and he was on an almost 60 win streak. D-Ball is phenomenal. Great brawl. Despy, I know the name, not as familiar. Same with Axel. Although it's Axel TC, so I almost wonder if they're a Theorycraft team.
Yeah. So there's some other interesting teams currently facing off My Little Kittens versus the Fighting Lettuce. And those two teams are actually players from Omega Strikers. Currently not doing so hot, both 0-1, but one of them can survive. The winner will live to fight in round 3 and maybe have a chance at bracket. But Retry's team is actually another Omega Strikers adjacent team because Junior Jam, one of the members, that guy, if you know fighting games, that guy's a very good Grand Blue Versus player who plays various fighting games at a very high level. I think he got 9th at Frosty Faustings just a bit ago.
That's actually pretty crazy. As I said, my background is more fighting games, more Smash Bros. So hearing that more people from those kind of backgrounds are entering the SUPERVIVE world just makes me so happy. And I apologize for just a moment. I'm trying to set up to show at least the brackets on stream right now so everybody can see where we're at and who is doing what. Let's see. Screen.
Yeah, we can keep chatting, but on the mainstream, I'll send us to a bit of a break screen so that we can be a bit more casual about it while we wait for these last 2 matches to finish up.
I'm down. And we have, so you said after this we're starting bracket?
No, there's one more round.
One, okay, I thought so. You said, oh, because they already went 2-0, that means that they're locked in for bracket.
Yeah.
I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
They still play another to see if they can 3-0 and get like first seed heading into bracket, but we'll see. Mainstream will be right back, but the Twin A broadcast will be still here, so don't go anywhere. but we should be good. And Hype Squad Gamers, what can you tell me about this team?
Let's see. So Hype Squad Gamers. Sorry, I'm just coordinating being D-Ball and these guys. So Mushkip, I don't really know Mushkip outside of chat saying they're amazing. I said not as familiar with Axel Despy. I kind of recognize. I'm sure I've run into them and they've just run me over in games. D-Ball, Dino is the one I really know. Anytime I run into his brawl, be it in a BR in duos or in arena, he's so difficult. I rarely see him lose a 1v1. It's almost always like a 2v1, and even then he keeps them honest and keeps it close. Absolutely brilliant. Despy, I guess, is an insane KP. Oh, that does sound familiar. Once I'm going to ask them, if you don't mind manning the mic, if they know their opponents.
Yeah, that's definitely something we should ask. Because this is a bit of a mystery team. Running it down, they're pretty hard to track down. None of their start GGs have any sort of identifying information either. No Discord's linked, so this is a bit difficult.
Did they 0-1 drop? No. Oh yeah, so it looks like they don't know any of them either.
Yeah, because they're technically 1-1 now because they had a bye, so they could still make it into bracket with a win here. But the same does apply, of course, to Hype Squad gamers who would prefer a win. That would probably help.
Axel is a Zeph. Thank you, Trifox. Okay, I see Axel TC, and I'm assuming that they work for Theorycraft. So, if you've, go ahead.
They're here.
Oh, sweet. Here we go.
You got any?
Oh yeah, they said the Hype Squad. Get your boys in here. Axel is ready. They're chomping at the bits. Looks like everybody is in. Oh, HSG. Okay. Hype Squad Gamers. ATS. Okay. Cool. Looks like we're just about getting coordinated.
Yeah. Okay. So they're in the Start GG chat now.
Okay. Oh.
And I'll tell them to do bans and picks. And we should be getting on the road pretty soon. I'm very positively surprised that this is running so smoothly. Of course, there have been some hiccups, but overall things have been moving, which is always good.
No, it's always good. And if anybody has just think about it, if anybody is worried about the coin flip, we can always stream it. Like I could do a Google coin flip, have one of them call it, and I can showcase on stream what it is. That way there's no worry about like honesty. Although I feel like the bulk of the competitors are good people with like high levels of competitive integrity. So I don't really see it being a problem.
Yeah, we
do. It looks like they're handling.
Yeah, we have a channel and like a bot for that actually, because coin flipping is pretty convenient.
That's excellent. Oh, it looks like Lemur in his game is going Bebo. I want to say they're using SUPERVIVE chat for. Oh, hey, D-Ball sent a friend request. Oh, that makes me feel happy. So it looks like they've banned Oath and Felix. They banned. I'm sorry. Did you say no? Who was the Felix? I think they said Axel, but I might be wrong. Despy and D-Ball we know are KP and Brawl mains usually. Looks like Rich did their homework. They banned Felix, but that in turn. Oh, and they stole Brawl as their round one pick. So they've taken a Felix and they've taken D-Ball's Brawl from him. I wonder. Okay, thank you, Trifox. They took Mushkips, Felix, and they've picked Brawl. So I wonder how HSG are going to navigate around this. I don't know if either of them are one-trick ponies, but still having your main swept from you is pretty devastating. It looks like KP and Shiv have been picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss something?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misread it. Brawl. Okay, no. Hype Squad got the Brawl. I completely misread for some reason. I saw Axel and just assumed it was ATS. So I apologize for that. It looks like D-Ball is getting his Brawl. KP and Shiv go to ATS, and now we're waiting on the second and third pick from Hype Squad gamers.
Yeah. Having not seen these teams before, I do have to wonder what their general approach is, because the first pick Brawl, you mentioned it, but from the little I've seen, Brawl just seems like such a high impact character in a draft format, right? You have to answer the Brawl or else you're gonna have a bad time, and those kinds of picks in this kind of unique picks draft get more and more important as people figure out what to prioritize.
Exactly. Not only that, but they've taken both healers as well as Brawl. They have Zeph and Aluna. Oath is also a healer, but in the realm of like pure healing support, they have Zeph and Aluna to back up the Brawl. And the other team is locked in as Kingpin, Shiv, Bishop, and Jin. So Kingpin, obviously, you want the hooks, you want the dunks. Shiv is just an all-around great pick, especially in Arena. Bishop, I'm excited to see how this works. Oh, and it looks like Hype Squad locked in Bebo as their fourth.
That's definitely going to be
Sorry, telling them
interesting.
good luck, have fun. Because I play Bishop, but it doesn't necessarily mean that she's always a great pick. She is a great engager. If she lands a good punch, especially on 2 or 3 hunters, that's basically, or that could lead to a wipe. Jin being an assassin, Jin wants to get in there. He's the rogue of the game. Get in, do some damage, get out or teleport to his clone, and wait for your cooldowns to reset, do it all over again. Very squishy. This is a very, I'm going to call it a very exotic team comp coming out of, again, I apologize. What was the other team's name? It was Running It Down. So yeah, Running It Down, very exotic picks, because the last arena tournament, if we saw Bishop, it was just maybe one. Same with Jin, not very common picks on their end. Versus Bebo, Brawl, Aluna, and Zeph. Aluna is the one that you don't really see a whole lot. Bebo, we didn't see too much of either, but Bebo was also brand new as of that week. So I'm curious to see what use they make of it. Looks like Axel took the Bebo. Mushkip is choosing to be Zeph in this case. Aluna went to Despy, and D-Ball, as we guessed, took Brawl. Looking at where things lined up on the other team, Rich got the Shiv. Lauds is on, so I want to call him Stalker, is on Jin. That was his original name. KP went to Ori. Oh, Ori, I recognize that name. Sorry, I thought it was listed as different. Ori is really good. And Big Daddy got, oh geez, I have to zoom out. Big Daddy on the Bishop. Now, here's your fun fact for those who don't know. Everybody's sure right now. Bebo can capture the base. And just like that, Big Daddy punches Bebo's bomb back into him, doing massive damage, is going aggressive, doesn't let them get back up. But the Aluna root on the Bishop, she has to back out. D-Ball's gone down, courtesy of Rich. Rich is putting work, and I was not ready for this. Despy's the last one standing, and Run It Down just ran over the Hype Squad in that first round match.
Yeah, Running It Down, looking very prepared for this kind of game plan here. They isolated D-Bull. They tossed a lot of anti-heal on the Brawl and made sure that there wasn't much impact here. Maybe things will be different in this round, though, as D-Bull's flying in, trying to take out the Big Daddy, but managing to escape and Running It Down are staying standing, and so much damage being thrown out as well by them. Hype Squad once again being knocked first.
So that was an interesting choice. They desperately tried to get D-Ball back up, and Running It Down did a fantastic job of just not allowing it. Luna's ult, stop. Her picking up of D-Ball so she could run away with him in her backpack to res him. Stopped. And I'm wondering if Hype Squad just doesn't have the damage output. I didn't see what happened to D-Ball for this one, and I kind of want to pay attention to the Jhin, because I think the Jhin just went in there and put in work, and that's a huge KP hook.
Yeah, just getting in there, but wait a second. You gotta watch out of your Hype Squad. Just getting wiped out immediately. Like you said, the hook having so much impact. And D-Ball, now the one trying to make the difference here. Trying to pump out the damage, get these knocks. And the Big Daddy barely going down here. It's a
Another
2v3. But the hooks connect, and when the hooks connect, it is Kingpin taking over the game. 3-0 is the lead for Running It Down.
So if you notice there, Luna was able to get her ult on D-Ball and get him back up, but he shows up full health but no armor. And although he tried to make a difference, that 20% damage resistance just missing hurts so bad when you are a melee initiator like Brawl. And oh my god, Despi's deleted.
Yeah, got up close to the Kingpin. Arig getting the knock. D-Ball, though, trying to find something on the back end. Trying to find some damage here is Axel, but goes down. And with Axel down, with Despi out of the play as well, it is so difficult for Hype Squad gamers to get some momentum, but D-Ball still trying to get in the action here, playing back, looking for an opportunity to jump onto Rich, going in, finding some damage, but not quite enough.
So this is all massive damage, got caught while healing. That's surely a KP going down, and right now it's all up to Rich. This is a nasty duo of a Zeph who can just absolutely keep Brawl alive. This is, I don't see Rich pulling this off. Oh, and just like that, Hype Squad Gaming on the board.
Yeah, Hype Squad not out of this just yet. We saw their comp play with its win condition, right? D-Ball looking unkillable, just constantly putting on the pressure. But when one member gets isolated, that is when bad things happen. So we'll see if Running It Down can do some more of the same in this one.
Ooh, air ball from the Bishop Bolt still manages to land a punch, and just like that, the problem child of Zeph is out, and Aluna trying to put in quick work, but Aluna is also deleted, and now it is a 3v2 with no healers. 2v2 though, because it's still Brawl. At the end of the day, Rich is going in though, and Axel is caught out desperately with the Save My Friend syndrome. Got caught out of position trying to get a res off, and now D-Ball is left all by his lonesome. This is again a tall ask, as now it gave time for Rich to get Lods back up, and it's a 3v1.
Yeah, it was a desperate attempt to try and isolate by D-Ball to try and get Arig before anything more could happen, but in the 4v1 it's looking impossible, and finally the round's over. It's a 4-1 lead for Running It Down.
So when I've referenced the Save Your Friend syndrome there, that's something that Aiden of Bomba from Europe taught me. It's that urge to get in there and help your friends, even though it's a lost cause, when it'd be better for you to focus on another objective. I think that's what ultimately lost it there for the Hype Squad, was trying to get that res off instead of locking in the 2v2. And okay, D-Ball manages to get a kill. I believe it's a 3v3. I saw somebody run off north, so I might be mistaken. I don't know if Hype Squad is trying to get a res off. I'd imagine one of them ran north, and D-Ball is here in the west. He's not going to be able to get this res off, but he is going to be able to distract at the very least.
Yeah, maybe the res will be able to happen. Axel's still alive, but it is just D-Ball desperately running away for the moment. Hot on their trail is Lod, though, and D-Ball getting some healing, but taken out, and that's the round. That is the entire match, as Running It Down take down Hype Squad gamers, eliminate them from the tournament.
You know, I wasn't aware who was on this team, and so I apologize for any disrespect I might have thrown in there. Running It Down, that they just went on a tear right there. Made it look like they were, I don't know, like they never had a chance of losing. D-Ball, who I hold in the highest regards, could only get one game with, like you said, his win condition going. They were in control. They had the stage presence. They knew the problem children were the healers, so they went after them and deleted them. When D-Ball overextended, they knew how to pounce. Everything they did was just a masterclass of arena. And even though they did it with what appeared to be a unique team comp and probably not meta, they just made it look effortless. Wonderful performance by running it down. Sorry to Hype Squad. It does sound like they are out of the tournament, but hold your heads up high. You played well. It was just very unfortunate how it finished playing out in the end.
Yeah, there will be a next one. The quick format does mean that it is pretty simple to run these, so hopefully we'll see them again in the future. The only match we're waiting on now is Nutty versus Inters United. That one's also for a spot in the bracket, so we'll see how that one goes.
Yep. And just to answer a question, Chad, I was going to type it out. My camera, we just had to use a picture because I had too many programs running at once with SUPERVIVE Discord, streaming Discord, my own stream going on. So we're just using a picture. Next time I'll probably not restream it and just do just help you out on your end. That way we don't.
Next time we'll probably prepare so that I can probably be the one running the lobby and everything will be smoother.
Well, it's got to play a couple bot games and get to level 4.
Might some arena.
Right. So it looks like we have the winners of set 3 went to Pineapple Door, beat First Eliminated. We saw running it down over Hype Squad. Gap over winners bracket Wallies. I wonder. Oh no, we can't keep track of what it was. We're still waiting on Nutty versus Inters United, and then High Speed Impact Youth taking it over the Fighting Lettuce. Wait, sorry, I didn't even get to say the full names. Let's go. High Speed Impact Youth Alliance over Fighting Lettuce, featuring Big Raga and the Op Stop. Is there more to that? Because I still get the Op Stoppa. Jeez, what a name.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a lengthy name. And unfortunately, neither of those teams making it to the bracket stage, but we'll see which team out of Nutty or Inters United is the one actually making it to bracket here, because it's a bit of a stacked bracket that we have on our hands.
Very, very much so. And I am curious, does the bracket, I'm looking now, does the bracket fill itself out, or do we have to wait for that game? Oh, it looks like we do have to wait for that game. Yeah, we do have
to wait. That one is a bracket decider, and it looks like Nutty has taken the victory, so we'll actually be able to see them. And that should mean the bracket is pretty much ready. And wow. It is Pineapple Door and Gap waiting in the semifinals for the winners of the remaining 4 teams, so kinda as predicted.
Oh, it's interesting. It's actually not updating for me yet.
You have to refresh. So. StarGG is a little weird on the bracket stuff.
I was refreshing it, but we'll see. If not, it's not the big. Oh, there we go. So we can just get, I guess, starting at the top. We'll get running it down versus First Eliminated. Does everybody know not to play yet?
Yeah,
because they're going to be on stream.
I think we'll just stream 4 games, so we'll only stream one of the round 1s, and then we'll stream everything afterwards.
Okay. Do we want winners bracket Wallies versus Nutty, since we haven't seen either of them on stream yet? Or
it's
okay.
That's going to be a good one. I'll make sure to alert the teams, and we should be getting going pretty soon.
Do you have to hit something for like start tournament? Because there we go. Never mind. It's letting me chat now. Should be the same lobby code, but just in case. I got to kick ATS out of here.
Yep. Right.
Or I could always just go start a new one. I wonder if they were just sticking around because they knew they were going to be on the bracket next.
Okay. It looks like we are ready to go. Running it down in First Eliminated are going to be off stream, but everything after that will be on stream, and we will be getting winners bracket Wallies versus Nutty. I'm interested in seeing Nutty. You talked about them a bit. Winners bracket Wallies, of course, have two of my friends on there, so I will be a little bit biased looking at this one, but it really could go either way here.
I'm excited for this. So this is Miles Clappin pod racing on Team Nutty, if I'm not mistaken. So Nutty is a team that kind of like came up out of almost seemingly the blue when it comes to battle royales and just dominating, or at least placing top 3 or 4, depending on who they were going up against in scrims or in tournaments. And even getting a lot of good upsets. They placed 5th. I want to say they got 5th overall in the last arena tournament. Very, very solid team overall. Pod racing, I was in his stream earlier. He's just a stellar player. As I said, Clap, very good. Unseen Jaguar has been in the community for, it seems, at least since I've been in, since July, has just been a very, very good, very dominant player in his own right. So it should be exciting to see. I just put in Start GG. There you go. Nutty has to use the restroom real quick. So I'm just telling them that's all good. And they have the code. We're just waiting on winners bracket Wallies, it looks like. And I'm going to them. So we have Retry, who said is your friend. Dr. Jam, that's not main Jam, correct? That's somebody different?
Yeah, it's Junior Jam. The Grand Blue Versus player.
Oh, you said that. I apologize. Brain's not turned on. Trav, I feel like that's a name I've also seen, but I'm not 100% sure. It's Tsunami. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever played with any of these players. This is really exciting. I'm here for it. I like seeing new names in any competitive game. I love seeing a new face or new name emerge and do well, and they've done well enough to get to the bracket, it seems. So like there's no easy teams right now, or there's no easy teams left. This should be fun. Do you want to let Retry know or that I posted the code in?
Yeah.
Well, you actually should still have
they're
it.
watching. They're watching StarTG chat, so they should be getting in here anytime now. I'm not sure why they aren't, but they should be getting in here. And they're also getting through a pick ban quite efficiently.
Oh, that's good.
That's something that I'm pleasantly surprised by. People really got on point with the pick ban pretty quickly in the tournament. Like the first round, it was a little rough, but after that, no problems at all. People just looked at the order and just did it. So thank you to everyone for making that pretty smooth.
No, it's definitely something that it's the growing pains of organizing a tournament, especially when it's something new. And you have a whole bunch of people new to a concept. The first round is always rough because that's the educational time frame. And I'm sure a lot of these players, though, do come from a league background or something like we discussed earlier that has a similar concept of the pick ban system. Even if it's fighting games or a platform fighter, then they should be familiar with at least stage selection, which has a very, very similar very similar layout. It looks like Nutty has won the flip and wants the first pick and first ban.
It definitely does seem that first pick is very, very strong. I haven't tracked who won and the likelihood, because a lot of that really is team strength after all, but it does seem like first pick does get a lot of control over the draft.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And although it's great being able to take 2 picks right out the gate from your opponents, you're still giving them their probably strongest hunter on their strongest player, you would hope. So if I was to try and track, which unfortunately won't be able to because we don't have all the data, unless they did the pick spans through start, then I'm actually very, very curious to see how that plays out. Going through right now, it looks like Nutty has banned Jewel. I love this ban. I don't know who's on the other team, but My friends and I always have the toughest time with Jewel, but there are some great Jewel players out there that she's one of those hunters that if you run into her, they are either going to delete your entire team or get deleted themselves. It's very rarely that it's in the middle with them. So I like this Jewel ban personally. It is what I would do.
It kind of fits the concept of the tournament quite a bit too, as well, right? Because with the bans, with the unique picks, it kind of does mean that it is a very, very valid strategy to answer what you think your opponent's one tricks or favorite characters are. That those power picks can't just be selected every game, so it will be quite a different dynamic. And even if you don't ban away the strongest character in theory, banning away your opponent's strongest character is quite good, no matter what.
Yep, and I'm gonna love this format as we get more hunters and as like the buffs and nerfs start kind of rolling out for more balanced patches. It'll be really fun to see like what people start prioritizing because right now we have what 17 hunters if I was to ballpark a guess. So when we get up to let's say 30, this is going to get really really exciting. It looks like Jewel has been banned, Oath has been banned, and Nutty has locked in Brawl as their first pick. He is an S tier arena hunter, despite his nerfs, it's still that way as we've seen. I know D-Ball lost on this hunter, but we also saw, Lemur just absolutely dominate with it. So we know what this hunter's capable of. We've seen it. It was a mandatory pick in the prior arena tournament. It's a mandatory pick on any arena team. And in good counterplay fashion, it looks like they've taken Felix and Zeph on the other team. So on winners bracket Wally's. So Felix, obviously the one you could say counter pick to Brawl in arena, and Zeph, who is able to keep Brawl alive, won't be there anymore. Brawl does have some good self-sustain with his lifesteal, but it always helps to have that backup Zeph, and that is not going to be there anymore. So I wonder if Nutty is going to pick a Luna or if they're just going to all in on the DPS, on the deeps. What are your thoughts?
And also, like you mentioned, D-Ball, right? But even that loss, running it down, really focused down D-Ball's win condition, made it so that D-Ball was often isolated or wasn't getting the healing from the team. And that kind of really shows how that pick shapes the game, even when it did not win here. And Felix and Zeph, like you mentioned earlier, the anti-halo is there as well, but Zeph being picked there does signal to me that I think Nutty is really trying to deny away supporting pieces from this Brawl. But then again, we also saw in the previous game, right? If you pick two support of the Brawl, then you don't really have a secondary carry.
No, absolutely. You need something. You need somebody to help him out, and Brawl wasn't fully getting that in the last game. It looks like the next picks have been made. Brawl with Ghost and Celeste also locked in for Nutty. We've seen what Ghost can do. Long range snipes available. Great stun with his grenade. So Ghost's entire kit, if you're not familiar, revolves around landing your grenades. If you land it on an object like a wall, it does that cone-shaped stun. Anybody who's stunned takes extra damage from Ghost, and he can delete any health bar in the game with basically one clip. So very, very strong choice. If he gets the stun, Brawl can pounce. If Brawl gets a stun, Ghost can always ult. Celeste has the great stage clearing ult. She's very maneuverable. She has great range, great poke. Great choice from her. And it looks like winners bracket Wallies have picked up Myth and Kingpin to go along with their Felix and Zeph. So Myth, great poke, great damage. Kingpin, if he gets the hook, Felix can keep that that hunter in that he hooks with his shield pull. Honestly, I'm a fan of this team comp. Myth can really, really shred Brawl before Brawl has a chance to fully get in. If Brawl does dive, Myth has a knockback arrow that can shut him down. Kingpin, as we've seen, can win the match just off one good pull, and the cooldown's low enough that they can oftentimes get a second and really lock in that win. So Sure, they didn't get the brawl, but they got the brawl counters in play. So I really, really like this. Now, one thing to worry about with KP, obviously, is who do you pull? Because if you pull that Celeste, you get a Celeste ult as your reward. And now you need to scatter, hope everybody goes the right way, and you're now out of position. And if you get hit, you're probably dead.
Yeah, well, the last pick is going to tell us a lot about what Nutty can do here. But overall, I do like the draft coming out from Winners Bracket Wallies in this game here. I do think...
If I can ask...
Yeah?
Do you know who Retry mains?
Retry? Jewel, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty
Jewel got
understandable ban. I think Retry is also, like, by far and away the most recognizable... Wait, Brawl? Wait, does Retry mean Brawl? Oh, wait. It is Brawl, okay. My bad.
Let's go, Jay. Let's go, Pine.
But yeah, Retry is by far the most recognizable player on the Winners Bracket Wallies squad. So I think it's very, very clear that that is the player to target here. And I think we'll see how Winners Bracket Wallies does, but I think Nutty has done their research, or is at least aware about one member on this mysterious Winners Bracket Wallies squad.
It's true. And so Nutty has picked Void for their last, and that... I was wondering if they were going to go with like a Luna to get some form of heals, but it looks like instead they want to get a lockdown Void, able to do swaps. Great for securing Wisp kills by teleporting them out. Great for securing Wisp resurrections by teleporting them out and standing on them. You can get... Oops, looks like they are ready. You can get a whole team deleted with a good Void ult. Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time.
Don't worry. We still need an acronym, I think. Oh, all good.
Oh, shoot.
No,
I
it's
didn't
fine.
put in the acronym.
Don't worry about it. There's a scoreboard. There's a scoreboard, and that'll be just fine, I think.
Ready to cause a little mayhem?
It'll be a little bit confusing above the player names, but other than that, I think it will be completely fine. My bad, Dran. I wasn't able to spread misinformation on the internet successfully. And Retry will probably not get to play Brawl for the rest of the tournament. And that tournament could end here if Nutty are able to close out this game. But we'll have to see, because I think Winners Bracket Wallies, especially with their win in Swiss against... who is it again? Against Nutty. Oh, it's a rematch. Yeah, Winners Bracket Wallies beat Nutty.
This
Swiss.
is a run back.
Yeah.
Okay, so they had some knowledge then from that match, which again, losing in brackets, whoa, that got loud from me. Thank you for the follow, and Taj, thank you for the skate better. I got to turn the sound alerts off. That scared the crap out of me. So they had some knowledge going into this, and it's not about who you lost to in pools. It's not about who you lost to on winner's side. It's who wins the match in loser side brackets. In this case, the best of one, top 8. This is for all the marbles between these two right now. Like if they go 1-1, only one's moving on. I'm very, very excited to see how this goes. And I do need to apologize to Winners Bracket Wallies for my mistake on this one, but I'll get him back later.
Oh, it looks like
Unseen Jaguar.
Wait, it looks like it bugged and didn't update anyway. You see, Nutty, they still have HSG, so I guess it wouldn't have worked out regardless. But anyway, Winners Bracket Wallies playing quite back, just buying center stage, buying space, and they're staying very healthy, both teams, of course. But I like how Winners Bracket Wallies are just slowing the game down, and as the engage is attempted, they're the ones that just respond. And they're just playing so reactively, not letting Nutty get a clean engage, and that's the round.
Did you notice, though, they went for the classic Void Celeste combo. Celeste ulted in what looked like out of position, but the trick is to have the Void teleport her in. It is a borderline bread and butter combo, and the Void messed up. And so in turn, he was caught out because he teleported into the middle of an entire other team without his backup Celeste ult. So if they're able to get it this time, it could work out better for them. But that was a huge misstep that cost them that first round.
This time, though, a lot of it's going to be on retry, right? Those Kingpin hooks immediately targeted after that cooldown is burned, but they turn on Clap, who does manage to escape. And now retry, waiting for the cooldown, looking for an opportunity here. Junior Jam also being poked out. This is pod racing. Got to be careful. Clap as well, looking for an opportunity, but the hook goes wide and retry immediately down. But still, they're engaging right now on This Is Pod Racing, taking out for the player advantage here.
Huge grenade.
And that's going to be the round. Only Junior Jam left. The grenade makes sure that this player advantage is turned into a round win, and we're all tied up at 1-1.
So Miles had 2 massive ghost grenades right there that sealed the KP's doom and then sealed it right there at the end, hitting 2 people. And that's huge. Like you see, it's a stun. It can bounce them off the wall. There's the KP hook they were looking for.
Oh, but Clap does manage to get out of there. Managed to escape and heal, but so does the entire team of Winners Bracket Wallies. Now they're on the chase, looking to get some chip damage. Clap looking to try and find something, but still getting poked out by Trav, who is playing this front line very, very safely here. Retries hook not quite reaching as Tsunami goes in. Clap grounded for a second, but still managing to escape, but so much damage onto the back line of Nutty as they're taking way too much.
Oh, and that was a gliding spike right there. And at the start of this, if you notice, something I forgot to take into account, if KP gets a pull, there's a ghost there that can ult and make it too dangerous for the Kingpin to follow up. And it worked out great for them. But just like that, Winners Bracket Wallies are just turning it around. Great hook to lock in right there and make sure that Brawl is taken out. But Unseen Jaguar, I don't think you have the time to get this res off. But it's going to be close. Great wall right there. Might just do it. You need to step on the res beacon and stop it.
Retry
so
gets
right
there.
now,
Just in time, gets the stun. Retry needs to be careful. They're taking a lot of damage. The res beacon still going, and Jaguar gets the kill. Tsunami needs to get in there as the res doesn't quite make it. A fraction off, and that will be Winners Bracket Wallies securing the round. It was almost bad for them.
that was pixels, half a second at most. A great fight on both fronts. KP staying on there, face checking the ult. It looked like he had the wall to protect him, or the center of the res beacon, but it just wasn't enough. And Travis already hurt.
Oh, they're engaging onto Tsunami, who does dash back right on time. But they got to be careful here. Lots of damage being poured out, but Tsunami zoning them away quite well. The team hook coming out to pull Trap to safety, but there's the combo you were talking about. But it doesn't quite do enough damage, it looks like. Tsunami still firing. Retry still surviving for now. Heals all the way back up, and Clap is down. Junior Jam pocketing Retry perfectly in this round.
So that was a great hook there at the end. Unfortunately, the Celeste got pushed by the Zeph ult, and that's why everybody got hit. But what a turnaround from Winners Bracket Wallies to be able to secure that. Some good hooks, good fighting, and just keeping the Brawl locked out of it. The Void tried to throw his ult out as a last-second desperation when he got hooked. It was too little, too late. And this surely is going to be all she wrote. Miles, a great player, a great ghost. There's no world.
Oh.
Good damage with that grenade, but can you close it out with two people able to stand and pick up the Wisp? Now, for those who don't know with Arena, if it goes into overtime, because not everybody is knocked yet, it's decided by one of two factors. Who holds the base camp, or who gets completely wiped out first. And in this case, it didn't go to overtime, but it looks like regardless, it would have gone to Winners Bracket Wallies, who are just, score me, is it 3-1 right now?
It is indeed 3-1. And Winners Bracket Wallies, although they're winning, they're not winning like super decisively, right? Nutty is keeping it very, very close.
Yeah, it's always just those one or two quick exchanges that just don't quite go Nutty's way that seems to seal this. Brawl tries to go in, accidentally checks the wall, and it might have been for the best because Retry was ready with a dunk. They managed to secure the base camp. That is green armor, fresh armor, and extra protection from him. So this, with that grab, this might be their game to lose.
Oh, but despite the grab, it was on the Celeste, right? And the Celeste ult to make sure that Retry is the one who goes down. But Junior Jam going in, looking for these knocks, teleport away just in time. And now This Is Pod Racing stays alive, but gets taken out on the chase by Tsunami. Now it's Miles on the chopping block. But manages to survive, gets all the way away, and Trev can't chase, needs to help out. But Clap is the one who actually turns this one around. Trav left alone.
So a couple key things. One, a res is going off right now, but the cooldown was also up, or also down. So the Brawl could have engaged if he wanted to, probably won. They decided to go 1-for-1 on the pickups, but Brawl was just a little stronger and a little faster. And it looks like Red Nutty was able to get the res off. This surely is going to be their match to win. Oh, good snipe, Miles. Good snipe.
Well, it's 3-2 now, and so far on the stream, we've had pretty one-sided matches, right? The most the losing team has won is 1 round. We're in uncharted waters right now.
But this is what we love to see. Like, you don't want just the steamroll. You want the Cinderella story. You want the comebacks. You want the nail biters. I want this to go 4-4 last game, 1v1 if possible. Once again, winners bracket, Wallies is able to get the base camp, but it didn't quite work out for them last match, so we know it's not the win-all. Looks like the Felix whipped his shield pull off of his ult. He has that cooldown, so Brawl can attack him without worry. And look at the Void ult. A good pull out, actually. That was incredible. Oh, no! Celeste going for the trick, but Void got knocked just before he could go do the teleport. Absolutely huge, huge play by Winners Bracket Wallies right there to secure that.
Yeah, and with that Celestial not connecting, that's another knock onto Miles. Now it is Clap left all alone here, looking for an opportunity here, but the res is going on the bottom side. So even if Clap falls, this is not the best of situations here. Interrupted though by Retry and Tsunami, and it will be Winners Bracket Wallies on match point now.
Actually crazy. The Brawl, like we pointed out, the reason Felix counters Brawl in arenas is he was anti-healed. He could not do his self-sustain right there because of that Felix. Oh, what a wall by the Felix to keep them out after the pull. Not completely gone, but now this is Pod Racing had to take a step out and reassess and heal. And great dunk and just shotgun to the face by Retry.
Retry's hitting every single ability, hook to dunk to hook, and now Miles, the last one left, it looks like, just burning down right now, healing up. No, Claps on the backline as well. Junior Jam targeted, an amazing snipe by Miles, it looks like, from all the way across the map, but Miles will go down. Now Clap left all alone, but does have an opportunity here. Retry is low, so is Trav. Clap could do the Brawl thing here, getting a knock onto Tsunami, looking for some more onto Trav, but again, Retry spacing this, looking for the revives.
So Clap whipped for the ult, was able to get the reset, but missed on the second one, and because of that miss, this is going to be Tsunami getting picked back up. You've got 30 seconds on the clock, TikTok, and Clap. This is just to get everybody lined up into one spot.
Oh,
Was able to ult out of the dunk. He used his iframes. Guaranteed the box, and Clap might be able to pull this off.
yeah, Trav was away. Now the Antail's coming in, though. And Tsunami will finish off the final kill. And Winners Bracket Wallies will prevent a crazy potential comeback from Nutty.
I am going to give the MVP of that last game to Retry. He hit us with a SpongeBob meme of, want to see me clear out a hunter? Boom. Want to see me do it again? Double tap. That was beautifully executed to take 2 of them out, put Nutty on the back foot. They were fighting for their lives, and it was just not enough. Too little, too late. Congratulations to Winners Bracket Wallies. You are moving on to play, I think you play Gap.
Yeah, that should be a good one. It's also a rematch. It's also a run back because Gap had to beat Winners Bracket Wallies to make it into this bracket in the first place. So that is definitely going to be an interesting match to watch here.
All right, next up, if I'm not mistaken, I think we have the Pineapple Door, correct?
I think we'll do Gap Winners Bracket Wallies first so that Winners Bracket Wallies can stay in the lobby. And then we swap over.
Oh, and it looks like the other match isn't done yet either, so... Oh, no, it is. It's 1-0, but for some reason it says it's not done yet, so you might need to manually do that one. So we're going to do Gap versus Winners Bracket Wallies.
Yeah, we will indeed. We'll do that one first. And
Okay.
just so that it's more convenient, right? So the Winners Bracket Wallies can stay in here.
Okay. Let me change their name real quick, at least in here. Are they WBW? I
I
don't
would
know. Let's
assume
see.
so.
Yeah, I'm just changing both teams now. It's on stream. It's witness. Lemur, I see you're in chat, so you guys will be on stream after this match. So that ledge, yeah, that ledge. I'm gonna throw a name in the hat here for next time we host one of these. If he doesn't enter the tournament, I would love to get Taj on commentary. He's a very well-known old school Smash Bros. Melee player, but what he was not as well known for was his commentary, which I think is one of the best in the game. He's very knowledgeable. He knows SUPERVIVE well. He knows the hunters. He knows the ins and outs. So next time we do one of these, I'm going to try and get Taj on the mic as well. I think he would do a great job.
Yeah, that would be great. This one was pretty last minute. I think we only only announced it on like Sunday or something. The main thing was just like trying to avoid procrastination, right? If you think it's too late to announce this one, then when next week arrives, you'll find something else to do, which is why I'm casting. I should not be casting here. All I'm doing is play-by-playing and seeing what I could do. Not the most familiar with the game, but a lot of why we did this this week is to learn lessons that we can use for the next one. And there's a lot of notes. There's a lot of things we can do.
Sorry. Now this is Pod Racing was on Nutty, correct? I got to kick him from this group. Yeah. Sorry. He didn't leave. Yeah, no, absolutely. This is a good learning experience. You know me, I'm just happy to cast, get on the mic, and although play-by-play is not my specialty, and especially having to like run the camera, it's still fun. It's educational. It's teaching us all like what we can do and what we can do better. And not only that, but it's just a community event to keep people excited about the game and keep them talking and talk crap and banter and be like, oh, I'll get you in the run back. And like, you got me during these scrims or this pug lobby, but I'm going to get you in the arena Tuesdays. Or just you wait and see.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the draft looks like here. I think both these teams are relatively flexible. We saw Retry pop off, of course, on the Kingpin after Brawl got taken away. And, of course, I think everyone knows Gap is not very limited in terms of character pool. So I'm interested to see how they approach the draft, right? Because, of course, there is the coin flip. And they have confirmed they are WBW. But I'm interested to see how they approach it. In terms of draft, the drafting strategy so far is still very new, right? So I'm wondering how Gap will approach this matchup.
I'm curious too, like if they watch that, then winners bracket Wally's has to at least be on their radar. Sure, they might have won. You said that they played in the Swiss bracket. They have that win. But winners bracket Wally's has the momentum. While you were sitting in your buy position, they just defeated Nutty, who is a very strong, very dominant team. So this has to give Gap some pause or some question. You guys want second pick, right? We'll decide if you're okay. They're talking in, or they're using SUPERVIVE chat to do the discussion.
Yeah.
Gap is getting first pick. It looks like.
Oh,
I love you, Zikric.
That's interesting because but by the way, like how they're talking, it kind of seems like Gap opted for second pick in their previous game. I'll see if I can check that.
Once again, they're banning Jewel. I wonder if your misinformation tactic actually worked out, or if they just don't like Jewel.
I
don't like Jewel.
I think they're just gonna pick Brawl first. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. They kind of actually forced WBW's hand at having to ban Oath, although I'm surprised they didn't ban Brawl and take that away from Height. Maybe they just feel like they have the tools to deal with a Brawl. Maybe one of these picks will be a Zeph. Yep, there it is, Zeph and Myth. So although they gave up the Brawl, they took away the Brawl support in Zeph, or the Brawl is like sustain, if you would. And again, we discussed it. Myth has a great disengage option from Brawl. If Brawl dives in, she can always save her knockback arrow to keep him out, forces cooldowns, tag him a couple times. He doesn't get the healing from Zeph, and so he's really forced to use his Vive Beans unless they pick up a Luna, which I don't see Gap necessarily doing, but I do know that Kenneth has been playing a Luna more on stream, so that'll be interesting. Oh no, Gap picks up Bishop and Felix. Okay, so they've taken away Brawl's main counter. The Bishop pick is very, very interesting. I wonder how they're going to do it. In hindsight, they also took Myth away from Nidhogg. So I know he has a good Bishop, but King Nidhogg tends to play a more poke-oriented, kiting-based Bishop. So I wonder if that's going to go on him or who's going to take it. This is interesting. Let's see what the next two picks are for winners bracket Wallies. They have Zeph and Myth.
Yeah.
I could see a Kingpin again.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a pretty likely possibility. I am noticing that the Felix pick does seem really, really good in this draft format, especially because taking it away from winners bracket Wallies here by Gap, not letting that reliable anti-heal option be picked against a Brawl. And it kind of leaves the draft in a bit of an awkward spot, I think, like you were going to mention, for winners bracket Wallies.
Yeah, I feel like KP is a pretty solid pick here, given that Retry just put in work with him. But it's the fourth pick that I'm really scratching my head at what are they going to do. They could try a Void in case the Brawl decides to dive. They can make something work. I don't know. I feel like Celeste is a gamble because Brawl can counterpick it. Oh, and there we go. And we have a Bebo pick. So at least on stream, I want to say that's our first Bebo pick, but I
think
might
it's
just
our
be misremembering.
second.
Oh, round one, there was a Bebo, if I remember right. Yeah, there was round one because they were doing the B-bomb on top of the base camp.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Kingpin Bebo. Bebo is a great pick. Bebo can be a terror at the start of an arena. If he does his B-bomb ult combo and catches even one of you, you're basically dead. And even though he's stuck on the back lines, it's now a 4v3 and you just hope that your teammates also collapse. Sorry, just typing. Ready. Names are changed.
This is going to be a good one.
Oh, and Kenneth did pick a Luna. Sorry to interrupt you right there. It looks like Kenneth has in fact locked in some form of heal in the support of Luna. This could be good. All right, we're going to start now. Names are locked in. It is witnessed on stream.
Yep. This time for sure they will stick. I'm interested to see how this goes. I'm very interested to see how winners bracket Wallies navigates this one, because we did see them in the last game. It felt like they were in control of the pace, but since this is a matchup where they lost in the same tournament, it's a very different scenario than going into a rematch where you won the previous one.
No, absolutely. Like I said before, they have the win under their belt, or Gap has the win under their belt. Winners bracket Wallies has the momentum under theirs. And also both teams now have knowledge of what the other ones like to do. I am excited for this match. I love when teams get a run back later in bracket, because that's where like the gamer in them and the competitor and the athlete has to come out of, did you learn from your last mistakes? And Gap is very, very, very good and very notorious at learning from, what did we do wrong? How do we improve? Okay, let's do a soft reset, think about it, and we will change. Now, this being a best of one also makes it very, very difficult, because you need to make those decisions quick. You can't drop 5 games and be like, okay, reset. Where did we mess up? Let's try again. I don't know. I love this format. I'm excited to see what they do here. I think winners bracket Wallies have what it takes to have the major upset against, I think, the second ranked team right now.
They got to watch out for Nidhogg, though, who's playing split from the team, getting that crossfire in here. and just poking down winner's bracket Wally so much. The health bars already completely halved, while the health bars of Gap remain full, and that means it's an easy engage for Gap. This round is as good as done because of the advantage they built with the early poke.
So I did think he was actually going to do it, but I called it Nidhogg playing the very poke-heavy Bishop, which is terrifying because when she hits somebody directly with a rocket, it empowers her next shot. That empowered shot does so much damage, and sure, it's not like an immediate health bar, but it might be a third of your health bar. And in an arena, that is substantial. It forces your Zeph to have to focus on you, and guess what? If he hits a direct shot, his next one's empowered, so on and so forth. Great grab from the KP, and that is going to be a Nidhogg gone, and the Aluna ult comes out. That is interrupted.
Yeah,
Great interrupt.
Despite the amazing hook, it's still looking decent for Gap. Of course, they do have to back away here to 3v2, and the health bar is not looking too great, but the healing is coming in. Kenneth, though, being focused. Tsunami not quite finishing it, though, but it is still a knock on the other members, and Kenneth will just get poked down. What a hook by Retry to win that round from the very beginning.
I also want to give a shout out to Tsunami there, though, because Aluna had the ult going, which was going to get Nidhogg back up, and he was able to stun Aluna, thus or at least knock her far enough away, negating the ult, keeping King Nidhogg down, and really forcing their hand to keep it the 4v3. And what another great hook!
Retry! So many hooks on point, but Nidhogg stays alive! Dancing back, getting the peel from Kenneth, and Nidhogg going crazy, getting away from the action. And meanwhile, Trav is just taking too much damage from height. We've been talking about Nidhogg too much. We forgot about the brawl that is kind of the focus of the main engage here. And despite the amazing hook for the second time, it is Gap who takes the round.
That was actually interesting. The Zeph went for an ult, and it looked like it didn't go through the wall to keep the Kingpin alive. I wonder how things would have turned. I feel like Gap still had the advantage overall and would have taken that, but I'm kind of curious to go back and see what happened. Height, of course, being the premier brawl. You're right. We didn't talk about him because he was shredded in that last match, and he reminded us who he is. Oh, what a dunk on Trav.
Yeah, Trav getting caught out early means bad news for winner's bracket. Wally's Retry going down as well. Junior Jam trying desperately to get one knock, but it's not going to be enough. The revive being attempted, the respawn beacon by Tsunami, but it is looking so impossible in the 1v4. Tsunami surviving for a while, but it will just be a chase at the end of it, and the dunk to finish it off. Gap 3-1 in the lead now.
Absolutely stellar. This is where you've got to ask, like, okay, who do we want to focus on? We can't let Height get away with it. We can't let Nidhogg just run away with it, but we can't handle everybody at once. And oh, they get Nidhogg just like that. And not only that, Height has to, he burns his ult, gets his invincibility out, manages to stay alive because of it. He might just get away with it.
Nidhogg is back, yeah, got the revive, and Gap once again turning around where Retry got a crucial hook. Retry being poked down, and Junior Jam also falling as well.
So my friends and I discussed this, that Aluna isn't good unless things are going wrong for you. And right there, Aluna did what Aluna did best. She popped her ult, which got, it was a Nidhogg back up, picked up Height at the end. So even if the fight was still going on, Height was going to come back in. Great job by Kenneth to completely turn that around with the clutch heals, clutch ults. And, oh my God, Zeph just absolutely dropping Ryan, but Kenneth is going to get them back up unless something happens.
Yeah, and that last pick, Aluna, doing so much work, especially against the Kingpin here. The drafting from Gap, saving them so much here, and now it lets Height just pick off the remaining members. Kenneth getting sniped by Tsunami, though. Tsunami, wait a second, doing so much damage, trying to take out Rin, but it's not going to be enough. Ryan stays alive. Junior Jam and Trav now. It's going to be so difficult to prevent these revives from coming in.
Okay, so it looks like Gap's decided to turn and focus on the res going off. I kind of wonder if Trav disengaged a little too soon. It was a 2v2 and he bailed out, and that might have been, yep, that looks like that's all she wrote. That's 5-1, correct?
Yep.
Because it doesn't update the scores on my end.
It is.
Great job from Gap.
Yeah, great job from Gap. Winners bracket Wallies. They had some great engages, but Gap just kept their composure. They said, well, that's why we picked the Aluna, and bailed out of there.
No, that Aluna pick was actually huge. And it's easy to forget that Aluna even exists in a game with Oath and Zeph, who are just so great at sustain, just keeping you in the fight. But in a format like this, where Oath's probably getting banned and Zeph is probably getting picked, Aluna's a really solid choice. Her ult, as I said, turned around that one fight where Nidhogg got deleted right out the gate, just shredded, brought him back in. It would have kept... There we go. It would have kept... oh, they already had a lobby set up. Yay, that makes it easy. Sorry, let's say I need to change team names. Oh, they got to change it. I am not in control of this one. This is wonderful. But yeah, that Aluna pick was actually huge. Even when they were able to get the brawl knocked down, Aluna was there. Winners bracket Wallies did great.
Yeah. But now
One second.
Oh. We'll be heading on over to the Pineapple Door versus Running It Down, though. And Running It Down, taking down first eliminated in the previous round. This team that hasn't really been on the radar is doing quite well, but they're facing Titans in the Pineapple Door, right? This is not going to be an easy matchup.
This is your David versus Goliath story. This is the one that if you win, they're going to make a movie about. And I was able to remind them about team names. So yay, we're learning. I'm going to take the second to show off the new Felix skin. I love this thing. I think it looks so freaking cool.
Let's light this match.
Oh, wow. Well, that is
If ever you
great
host,
skin.
if ever you host these, always remember to move over to the spectator spot if they pull you into their lobby. Because that's how you can actually spectate. Otherwise, you're just in unassigned.
That's on my checklist, along with make sure your last played game is the right mode.
Yeah, it said you needed level 4 before you could get arena. I think that just means like you have to go through the tutorials and play your bot games and learn the game before you get to go run it. So you need to play SUPERVIVE, friend.
I played so long ago in like one of the first tests, and then I just never got back to it. I guess I will.
In the misspoken words of a famous anime protagonist, do it now, Gohan.
Well, heading into this one, the Pineapple Door. Well, we didn't really get to catch the draft, but also, thankfully, we didn't have to wait for the draft here.
So it looks like we have Felix on Orig. Is it? Yeah, Orig. They picked up Zeph, Bishop. Bishop being a bigger pick in this. I'm very surprised by that. And Myth. Makes me happy. I am a Bishop main. Lemur got his Brawl, though. Abador got his Shiv. Emperor got his KP. And Shrike got his Shrike. They really wanted to play Pineapple Door at their best, it seems. And so far, it's working out as they're managing to get a knock. But it looks like Lemur's probably going to get Orig down. Orig.
Oh, but Lemur not quite getting the chase and the healing coming in. Now this is a really tough comeback to make here as the kills are finished off. Lemur truly the last one left here. Trying to run around, trying to buy some time, perhaps flying all the way to the respawn. And maybe Lemur can make a clutch here with a huge hit on to Orig. Maybe? Stalling out so much time here. 6 seconds left on the respawn. I think Lemur's going to get it.
30 seconds.
So Orig, he tried to go for a dunk on Orig. Orig was, oh no, this is very, very bad for Run It Down now. Didn't get the dunk because he was able to mantle. Great ulti from Lemur to not die right away. It is currently a 3v3. They have to make it always back, but Lemur is one tap away. He is down. And they didn't have the armors to do it. They had the 4v3, but they didn't have stage. They were fighting over the abyss. Good job by Run It Down, able to hold it together to pull off a massive first game loss upset against the Pineapple Door. Run It Down. Can't sleep on them.
Yeah, and like you said, the Pineapple Door, they're on comfort. They're on the Pineapple Door's characters here. So we'll see if this continues, though, because so far it's Lemur going in. The hook found as well. The Kingpin Emperor taking down the 1v1 as well. And another hook connects. It is domination from the Pineapple Door. This is the type of round that you expected when looking at the names here. The Big Daddy running away desperately, trying to heal, but the chase will come through, and that will be the round.
Abador is just such a solid player. Even closing out right there, he didn't allow a chance for him to even be touched. Great job by everybody right there. There was nothing to really talk about. Everybody just won their match. That's the equivalent of everybody winning lane, or almost everybody winning lane. I think Shrike Jordan got popped, but ultimately he on Shrike is not the one you always have to worry about. Oh, what a dunk from Emperor. They were on the rails, so they were able to get away, but 1-2, and now we have a 4v2 with just Rich on mid, who they've decided to put all their attention towards. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I thought that there was still one person remaining on Run It Down. I stand corrected.
It is a bit confusing that the portraits are still there, even though they're slightly tinted red. Just looking down isn't enough a lot of the time. But yeah, these rounds are more of what we expect from the Pineapple Door. Like you said, they're just winning their ones. They're getting the engages. They're finding the hooks. And Emperor fishing for something here. But you also have to look at Lemur, right? Just jumping in onto the Big Daddy. Instead, it's another... Oh, it's actually a trade there. As Auric and Emperor both go down, but Lemur is healthy. Getting poked out now, though. Needs to be careful. Gets behind Lods. And it is, once again, the Pineapple Door with a dominant round so far, but it's still a 2v3. Still chances for Rich to find an outplay, for the Big Daddy to find Poke. And Emperor and Shrike Jordan getting low here, but the damage comes in. Is a 4v2. Emperor staying alive through all of that.
That was so unfortunate that Abba got pulled during his ult and it canceled it. It doesn't matter in the end, but how sad. That first game loss, I almost equated to like the champion boxer who got chin checked in the first round and kind of took a knee. It's like, wait, I'm not supposed to be losing this. Gets up, shrugs it off, and does what he does best. And that is what the Pineapple Door is doing with these last 3 games that they've just never been on their back foot, just dominated every position of it. Oh, great job by Auric dodging that dunk, knowing it's on cooldown, but unfortunately misses his pull through his ult. Felix's ult can be strong, but it's so easy to step off of, so you really rely on landing that shield pull, and he just couldn't stick it. Ooh, great shot by Pine.
Yeah, another clean round from the Pineapple Door. 1 round away from moving on to finals against Gap, who, again, they dispatched in groups, so we'll see what happens there. But it's not over yet. Running It Down have won a round before, and they could do it again. We'll see if they can find the miracle engage or some big poke to turn this around here. But immediately the Big Daddy going in, eliminating Shrike Jordan, but it's a trade. And another hook comes through from Emperor. Another kill coming in the favor of the Pineapple Door as they rush in. The Brawl Alive, Lemur going in. Emperor going for the dunk, but take it out. Wait a second, it's Lemur versus 3.
This is one of those. I'm going to go with some Rocky 4 here. You cut them, you hurt them. See? Not a machine. They're men. They're humans. They bleed. There is absolutely a chance. It's 3 long games away, but there's a chance that Run It Down can make this reverse sweep upset. But they need to stay on point, and I just want to give credit where credit is due. Big Daddy, although he whipped his ult, was able to turn around, do massive damage with the satchel punch everybody off while they were getting the revives going. Just absolutely stellar Bishop demonstration from the Big Daddy. Right there, I can't say his name without laughing, I'm sorry. And there's another satchel punch, just really keeping Shrike Jordan honest, and in this case, Wisps.
Yeah, they're making sure the Shrike can't play the game here. Emperor going down as well. The comeback is looking well and truly alive here. Lemur going in, finding one, but just taking too much damage in the process. Abador, the last one alive here, desperately trying to make something happen. Maybe get some revive onto Emperor, but no, it will be another round for Running It Down. It's 4-3 now. A lot more approachable than 4-1 here.
Absolutely true. And it's just, again, the damage coming in from the Bishop, the fact that they're able to disengage and reset in those crucial moments, even though it might just be for a second, that's all they need. They secured to take away the damage from Shrike Jordan. They're keeping him honest. So right now they're pincered.
Oh, but Trico Jordan gets room to breathe, and the damage output is huge. Going in, Big Daddy almost being taken out, but wait a second, Trico Jordan still staying alive here, barely surviving, and as for, it will be the Pineapple Door closing the door on Running It Down's run.
If you notice there, they pincered them, they surrounded, and they, in firefighting, we have a term called surround and drown, and that is exactly what they did. Two to the north, to the south, the opposing team in the center, and they collapsed all at once so that they didn't know where to move, deleted one or two, and although they ran to the right, it was too little too late, and unfortunately, the health bars couldn't sustain, the lives couldn't sustain, and the Pineapple Door dropped 3 games, gave Run It Down hope, but in the end, that's what they had to walk out of this tournament with, was hope. First and second are on lock. And unfortunately, this was the bubble. Only first and second walk away with a prize. If I saw, it was 5,000 coins and 2,500 coins of Theorycraft coins, correct?
Yep, it is a bit of a modest one, but it is there. It is still something to go for. Maybe even get the skin you were showing off.
That's actually quite a bit. Skins aren't cheap.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And Pineapple Door versus Gap coming up next. On the mainstream, we'll take a bit of a break here. But as usual, if you're watching,
it's a $50 prize.
If you're watching from Twin A's POV, you'll get to keep hearing us behind the scenes. So make sure to check that out. Don't go anywhere. We're back. For those who are watching on the other stream, we were always back.
Oh, they might be switching sides.
Ooh.
Let's see what they're doing.
Okay, so Pineapple Door is blue side. So that they are team A, they are pick 1, and they do ban Oath. Gap bans Brawl. So Gap given plenty of respect to the fantastic Brawl from the Pineapple Door. Oath just not being allowed to be played. Kind of unsurprising though.
No, yeah, absolutely. Like, mandatory ban. If Brawl's not getting banned, it should be an Oath at the very least. And now look, both of them are banned. So I wonder, are they going to, or is Lemur going to go on his like well-known Celeste? Is he going to go on his Bebo that's been tearing it up solo queue? Pine picks Shiv right out the gates, so they're taking Shiv for Abador. Zeph and Myth are taken. No Brawl. We know we have at least 2, or everybody's on their mains so far. Zeph going to Kenneth, Myth going to, I'm assuming, King Nidhogg on this one. So I guess it all comes down to, what are they going to give? Is Pine going to go Shrike in this one? That's the question. He doesn't have his Zeph, and his Zeph is obviously terrifying. They're having to actually mull this one over. They had to know Zeph and Myth would go first.
It's interesting. I do think the power of Red Side or Team B is really coming through in this particular draft, right? The 2 and 3. I think we've seen the 2nd and 3rd picks be used on Zeph Myth so many times.
Absolutely. I'm actually thinking back. I'm confused. Pineapple that they chose, or Pineapple Door chose Shiv first. I don't know if anybody on Gap would have chosen Shiv. So that was your chance to grab Zeph for Pineapple, unless Pineapple really just wants to play Shrike again. Pineapple's picked Felix and Bebo. Okay. I think we saw Emperor's Felix earlier, and if so, it did work. Bebo surely going to one Ryan Lemur or Brian Koala as he goes by. Wow, what? Here's drafts. It's probably going to be Shrike coming out last, in which case it's almost like they're taunting, saying that we're playing you with our fun picks and not our mains.
Yeah, it's interesting. The rest of Gap's competition's gonna come in here, but it's strange. Like, the more we talk about it, the more I'm really thinking, like, that Shiv first pick kind of just gave Gap like free reign over this draft here. I'm really confused to what the strategy is coming in from the Pineapple Door. Of course, they're the undefeated team in this tournament. Gotta trust them, but like, not quite sure how exactly they're going about this one.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either, but I'm going to respect the picks. They are all much better players than me. I almost feel like they had these picks in mind, and they're just kind of doing what they want. Or they're waiting to see what Gap picks next, and maybe Pine will try to counterpick based on that. Again, in this meta, there's not a whole lot of clear counter picks just yet, but Bishop Ghost. Oh, interesting. They gave Ryan his Ghost. The other thing I was going to say was, even if Shiv was taken, then that leaves Ghost for Abador. Yep, nope. Pine locks in the Shrike. All right. So we have Shiv, Felix, Bebo, Shrike. Yeah. Versus Zeph, Myth, Bishop, and Ghost. Oh, and he just hits him with a good luck, have fun. Very respectful.
Very interesting. We'll see how it goes in the game itself. Very interested to see how this one will pan out, because that comp is a little wacky, and the Pineapple Door, if they play as dominantly as they've been playing on this one, then that will definitely be a great sight to watch.
Let's go with this one.
Not all deaths.
This is going to be a fun one. The two most, I'll say, consistent teams in North America, or you could say the three, at least, because I've got to remember last door is split in half right now. It's exactly what we predicted. Rank 1, Rank 2, made it to grand finals, to the shock of no one. But this is it. This is for all the marbles. Like, you've got to show your mettle. And Gap has been awarded their mains. They went with the Bishop. I guess they're seeing the Bishop is actually really putting in work in this arena format, which honestly I like to see. So we're going to see. I'm most excited, though, to see Brian Koala unleashed. Ryan Lemur's Bebo is not a joke. He's great with disengage. He's great with keeping you honest, if that makes sense. You can't just attack him. He's going to swat you away with his bat. If he gets his ulti bomb combo on you, you're just deleted. I'm so excited for this match.
We'll see what happens here. The bomb's already being thrown out. Emperor going in early, trying to get an early engage, but good disengage coming out from Gap to not get caught out. The pineapple door still poking, still looking for an opportunity, just brewing those vibes. And so much damage on Ryan. That is a huge health advantage.
And Ryan's armor is deleted, so not only is it a health advantage, but he also takes where he doesn't get that 20%. Oh, Abador! What a play! I think Gap did win in the picks category, but apparently, oh Jesus, the pineapple door wins off just the hands category, at least for game one. Absolutely stellar display. Abador with the great dagger disengage, goes in, dives, knocks Ryan, immediately teleports back before he can get knocked, heals up, and while they're trying to lick their wounds and recover, the pineapple door just dives. Really, really, really great showing.
Yeah, and the pineapple door kind of made it a bunch of 1v1s, it felt like, especially with how well Strikel Jordan played, and Abador in particular, right? Getting the pick and then getting away immediately. Height this time zoning away. Abador going in yet again. Can't quite find the pick early, but Height just burning down as Emperor engages. And once again, the pineapple door pick up that early pick, pick up that early advantage, but this time they're low. And maybe Ryan can find one or two good shots here to turn the tide, but it's not going to be easy. But Lemur does go down early here. Strikel Jordan also being chased down, but so much damage onto Ryan as well. Needs to hit these shots, but right now it's Strikel Jordan still surviving, and Abador turning onto the last remaining member. That is Ryan. King Nidhogg knocked Ryan, the only one left standing here. And one more shot will do it from Strikel Jordan on the drive-by.
What a shot from Strikel Jordan. I realize I haven't been pulling up who's been wielding what, but it looks like Emperor is hybrid and everybody else is just double attack, lots of swift blades, lots of interweavers. That was just beautifully played. Strikel Jordan is such a good, deadly shot.
And Strikel Jordan once again getting onto the back line early. Height going down, and Strikel Jordan still chasing
Height's
forward.
Come up. Height's up. Oh! Abador narrowly stopping. So if you didn't know, Zeph's ult has a Guardian Angel kind of feature that if you're a Wisp and you're hit with it, good punch. You start getting rezzed unless an opponent stands on you. The pineapple door, very familiar with this concept, and although they cut close, they still managed to stop it. That's currently 3-0 for the pineapple door.
Yeah, it's early. The weird draft looking dominant here. They're just finding their engages, finding their individual picks, and just overwhelming with the early damage. Lemur now with the bomb and not quite going to get the value they're looking for here. As Ryan also playing back. Gap in general playing pretty safe here. Nidhogg needs to be careful, but using the terrain to his advantage as Emperor is low. Emperor goes in, but so much damage is being put onto the pineapple door in this one, and Gap might have played defensively enough. They weathered the storm well and truly and turn it into a 1v4.
No, like you said, they pulled off. Emperor kept looking for the in, and unfortunately, Felix, sometimes that in just doesn't show up. He was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then when he finally got his chance, he was already too low. We saw Abador try to follow up on it, got just chunked out of there. And although Felix wins a really close exchange, oh my gosh, Felix is doing really well. But unfortunately, time is not going to be on his side for this one. Even though you get the res, you need to get the res with enough time to make it all the ways across the map. Good hands from Emperor right there to dodge those ults, but you can only do so much right there. So padded the stats with a knock, but sadly that was about it.
And Gap, a crucial round here to prevent it being a 4-0 first 4 rounds for the Pineapple Door here. So far, though, they have to be careful. They need to play so far back to avoid getting picked off early. And once again, I think this variation of the map is going to be a little difficult for them.
No, absolutely. And you see Emperor kind of posturing, looking. It's a 2-person pull. The Zeph already had his dash wound up, so they were able to get out and not take too much damage. But now the positioning is completely in the favor of the Pineapple Door, who's just trying to keep them separated. It looks like, I didn't even notice Nidhogg was down. I just thought maybe he was moving out and just planning an early resurrection or something, which was not his style. This makes sense, and good job with just the very slow dismantle brought to you by the Pineapple Door. Did you notice right there, Lemur height landed a grenade and Lemur immediately hops in and just swats him away so he can't even take advantage of his win condition. Just beautiful play by Pineapple Door.
That it brings us to tournament point for the Pineapple Door. All it takes is one more round win. Gap need to be more careful than ever here. But again, so many angles of approach for Emperor, so many ways for big damage to come in from Abador, who's already looking for some onto...
Huge.
Oh, but it's Emperor going in, finding the early damage. Abador just winning the 1v2 there, still surviving, getting another knock. And this is just an insurmountable lead for the side of the Pineapple Door. They win each of their fights and convert that into a tournament win.
That, to me, right there, in regards to Gap, is like the story of Sisyphus, or the game if you've played it. The comeback felt like pushing the boulder up the mountain, and then when you finally get one, you've got to do it again and do it again and do it again, and it was just too heavy a task for them to pull off. Congratulations to Gap, though, on a well-earned second place. They only lost to one team, and that team was the Pineapple Door. GG to them. Your champions, your gold medal winners of the first Arena Tuesdays, brought to you by Bestie in Slot.
Yeah, the Pineapple Door played fantastic, not dropping a single game in this pretty cutthroat best of one format where, again, one ban each, no mirrored characters does mean that you are tested to just play draft as best you can every single time. And the Pineapple Door came out on top in convincing fashion. But yeah, shout out to Gap, shout out to Running It Down and Winners Bracket Wallies for being our top 4 here. They all played quite well, but the Pineapple Door does stand on top. And thank you for coming on and saving me quite a bit here. Wow, for a tournament pretty last minute, you definitely made it so much easier.
I'm just doing my part to help this game that I love. When people want to host events, when they want to play the game, whatever it is, I just want to be there to support however I can. So thank you for having me on. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to get on the mic. I love it. I pulled up the placements real quick for those who are curious. It looks like the overall standings were Pineapple Door first place, Gap second, tied for third is Winners Bracket Wallies and Running It Down. Fifth, of course, was First Eliminated and Nutty, and everybody else tied for seventh. This was sick. This was amazing. Good job. Good job to you, Hosea. Thank you to everybody who worked behind the scenes. I know you said Retry was helping out, correct?
Yeah, Retry helped a lot with the planning stage. We went through a lot of different ideas. We were originally thinking early January, and we're thinking Battle Royale, but then we realized, oh, wait, this cool arena tournament happened, and we'd love to do more of that. And that's how this came into play. And yeah, if anyone watching has any feedback or Anything you want to say about the tournament? My DMs are open. My my ping inbox is also open. So we're probably gonna try to do this next week as well, with more prep, with more familiarity, and with probably 2 familiar faces on the cast instead of me last minute. So yeah, make sure to follow along, and hopefully next week will be even better.
Question. And I like the you had the setup right there. It's like 2 familiar faces instead of me and Twin. It's like, oh. Now, question. Will this be on YouTube? And if so, what is the YouTube channel where people can go to try and find this?
Oh, it's actually already on YouTube, actually. So for all of our tournament stuff, we stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. YouTube purely for VOD purposes. So you can find it right now on youtube.com/@bestieandslot. It's like right there, right now.
That's actually incredible. I like that you multi-stream or split stream this. So that's brilliant. I am going to get out of here then and do my my closing stream. Are you going to keep streaming, or are you
Nope.
ending it?
Are you ending
too?
stream?
I am. Well, I would have to end stream in the next 20 minutes regardless. So it's probably
Okay.
better that I just end now. But I do appreciate where the thought was. I see you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. But yeah, I should probably end stream and actually be productive, since I didn't finish everything today that I had to. So
Yeah. Well, thanks. And we'll see you next week or sooner or whatever. Yeah. Bye.
I'll be back next week if you'll have me. Shout outs to you, shout outs to your channel, shout outs to everybody who participated. Everybody, again, at least from my side, go follow Bestie and Slot. They're absolutely incredible. The whole team is incredible. Cheers. And on that note, I'm out, buddy.
See
Thank
ya.
you again.
See ya, everyone.